Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I'm your host Cornelius O'Sullivan and I'm sitting on a couch. It's Monday. I'm in the sitting room, the main sitting room, the good sitting room. It's far from good.
You finally come to buy the other sitting room vibe?
I used to call it the good room, but it's just our room. That is... Look, basically what needs to happen is some sort of a windfall. We need some sort of a windfall of hundreds of thousands of euros. And we'll get this room up to scratch. We love it though. It's got character. We're in the good room. And I say we, I am referring to me and my other half. Some might say better half. I would say my other half. Ooh. And way better than you. Like if we had a run there now, if we had a sprint... 100 yards, I'd totally win that. If we had to climb a tree, I think I'd totally win that. If we had to get to Dublin, to Croke Park without sat-nav, I'm winning that all day.
What about if we have to put together some IKEA furniture?
3-1.
Do a jigsaw.
3-2.
Cook a dinner. That doesn't include beans and potatoes.
I'll fucking cook a dinner that doesn't include beans and potatoes. I'll go in there and make waffles for you right now.
They're technically potatoes.
Waffles and goujons. I can even cook French food. Goujon. Anyway, I'm joined today by the beautiful...
Unfortunately, that is the clink of 2 coffee cups and not wine. Because it's early on a Monday morning.
It is the beginning of a new dawn for me, ladies and gentlemen. I have been drinking non-stop for the last 2.5 weeks. Last night was supposed to be the last night that I went on the sauce, but it just didn't go. I just didn't bother. I feel that the time has come now to step back from the...
Time to say goodbye.
Until the 4th of September when I will be getting locked again. And then I will be back in sobriety till Christmas. That is the plan.
What is on the 4th of September again?
We are in the Opera House doing this podcast. You and me, Noel, Patricia, Nihulawan. But yeah, so I've been enjoying the last couple of weeks of...
You have?
I have. I've been pretty much off the beer most of the year. Like I've had a few pints every now and then, but I haven't gone on what I would be kind of on one of my benders, as I might call them. And I have been on a bit of a bender there now for the last couple of weeks, ladies and gentlemen. I don't mind telling you. But I've come out the other side of it and I am motivated...
Ready to rock
and roll. And if you can't have an old few pints every single night for 14 nights in a row, then what is life all about? Probably 50.
Like I do think, like your pints, it's so funny though, because you're literally like 2 pints or 3 pints or 1 pint.
Yeah.
It's
probably
this
is what it starts off with, right? It always starts off with the same. I'll go out and I'll have 2 pints. And I'll be like, geez, I was half cut after those 2 pints. But no, in saying that, no, there's a lot of fucking J smoked as well. Like, you know, I might have like fucking 2 joints before I go out the door. Do you know what I mean? So I'm very baked, like very walking into arenas where I'm like fucking all cloudy, and into arenas where people are not cloudy, and then I'll have 2 pints on top of that, and that send you sideways, like that would send you sideways at the best of times. And then I come back and I'll say to you, geez, those 2 pints were gorgeous last night. Oh my God, they were beautiful. I might go for another pint tonight. And then that next night I'll have 2 pints again. And then on the 3rd or 4th night, it'll go to 3. And then it'll be 3 for another 3 or 4 nights. Like for a finish now, I could probably go out and have 5 or 6 pints. Like we were at a wedding at the weekend in Clare, and it was fucking unreal. And we'll talk all about that on the Patreon. Sign up to the Patreon. That episode is coming out tomorrow, so if you're listening to this today, Tuesday, you'll be able to get this Patreon episode on Wednesday. But anyway, I digress. I drank like a fish at it. I was drinking till 4 o'clock in the morning. From what time was the wedding? The wedding we were there too, from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Gin and tonics, cider, beer, stout.
Who are you?
Wine. You know, on top of a load of J's as well. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I'm just a fucking drink and drug addict at the best of times, at the worst
But
of
not
times.
today.
Not today, I'm off it now.
Today
I'm
now
clean.
he's back. Apple cider vinegar.
Taking the skin off chicken, deep breathing, meditation, back on the good habits. No, honestly though, that's the way I go. I go fucking mad for 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'm like, okay, I've got that out of my system. Now it's time to go back to work, and that is the plan now. Fucking flat out, between now and Christmas, and I'm going to try and stay off the drink till Christmas, with the exception of the Cork Opera House on the 4th of September. Tickets are flying, thanks be to God. We hope to get 200 people at the gig. That's the plan. We're nearly I think we're slightly over 100 now. So we're halfway there, and there's about 5 weeks to go. So if you're listening to this and you're looking for a laugh, and I can tell you this now.
It will be brilliant.
Our live podcast is going to be fucking great crack. I will be drinking. I will have a smoke. Noelle will be drinking.
Will you be drinking before at the on stage? Like,
I think.
What would the plan be?
I don't. I think I will for the second half.
Right.
I think I will for the second half. The first half, we've got a few things planned, and you just need your wits about you. Like, there's no point in like, we wanted to be
half-arsing.
Yeah, no point in half-arsing. It's going to be a great night. But I think for the second half, we're going to be on the couch, yourself, myself, Chris, and our special guest, who we cannot mention. Right? Huge special guest. You need to go and see just for the special guest. And yeah, I think when we're all on the couch and we're chewing the fat, I think a few tins will be opened. And there'll be plenty of drinks afterwards, plenty of gatting afterwards, in a hideaway spot, just the four of us. Just the four of us. You've got a very bad cough, babe.
I do.
Mm.
I need to sort that properly.
I saw a TikTok where they said cough medicine is one of the biggest scams of the 21st century.
I know, yeah. I think I saw that too.
The best thing that you can do for a cough, it's the old thing, is honey and lemon juice, by all accounts.
Yeah, well, my mother always swore by honey, lemon, ginger.
Yeah.
Fresh ginger. Like,
and
and as
right.
a tea.
Yeah, I bet you that will.
And I actually need, that's what I mean by today. Now we're back. We were out and about and in with a shout now in the last week and a half.
We've been spending flahulically. You've been also drinking.
Yeah, but for once nowhere near as much as you, which is so unusual. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I looked forward to my watch is actually gas, like, in a sense that, like, it picked up last week that I was sick, as in my sleep recovery was non-existent, and it picks up when you drink. So I was looking forward to, from a sleep recovery type thing, I was looking forward to, like, getting a good night's sleep. So even though you might have only had 1 or 2 drinks, it knows that you've had drink. And
you've had a good night's sleep the last 2 nights.
Yeah, but the night before I had been drinking beforehand.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now I really enjoyed that. We came back on Saturday, and I really enjoyed those few glasses of wine out here, outside in the sunshine. But I didn't have any last night, purely because I was like, I wasn't hungover or anything yesterday, but I was like, I just want a good sleep, proper sleep.
Well, I was all out to go. I was giving myself I said to you yesterday, I said, okay, tonight is the night now. Tonight's the last night. I'm going out tonight. And you were like, Jesus Christ, how are you able to do it? But then, as the day progressed, I kind of got tired. I watched the All-Ireland football final was on yesterday, and my friend was dropping his daughter to something in Dublin, so he was going to miss it. So I said, look, I'll pause it, and
record it,
or I'll record it, should I say, and we can watch it here at 5:00, and just let's stay off our phones. So that's what we did. It was lovely, actually.
Oh yeah, what about, so we've got a queer setup, of course, here with the second city.
Why is
room.
everything so queer by us?
I think everything's queer by everyone, really.
Do you think so?
But then we're not. Well, yeah. But anyway.
No, elaborate on that now.
I think that we're not particular enough. Like.
Yeah.
For example,
your friend. You were. When I thought you were very particular, but I've started to realise in the last 12 months you're not anywhere near as particular as I thought you were. I have to say that, to be honest. I thought you were a different person.
I'm as particular as I can be.
But when you fucking want to be particular, then you're very particular. But
Yeah.
you don't have the... There's nothing wrong with it because I'm the exact same. But you're probably a little bit better, more particular than I am. But you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Did you pull the wool over my eyes?
no. I just don't have capacity. I'd like to be more particular. I just don't have capacity.
Yeah.
And I think you've infiltrated me as well, in a sense, when you're like, come on, let's sit down and watch this. And I'm like, okay. Like, I'll be like, all business. And then you just say, fuck it, come on. I'm only home tonight. And then we sit down and watch telly. Or like, but I also think that the boys are exhausting.
They're
and
exhausting.
Then, like, it's very hard to get a minute's peace with Hunter.
But what about the fuckers that do across the globe? These multi-billionaires. Like, I'm putting myself into this category now. I'm also not particular. We're talking about the setup of our televisions here.
Yeah, so anyway, with this guy,
First world problems.
so what you could do is, you could pay to have the multi-room, and we decided not to. But anyway, we've somehow managed to keep, when we got we still have a link between this TV and the other TV. But it has to be, you've got no remote in here. So, and the other TV has to be watching what you're watching. You can see what the other TV is watching, basically.
Yeah.
But normally for this TV, we just watch Netflix or Sky Go or whatever. But if you want to have something that's recorded, you have to use the other TV. So yesterday, the lads were in here ready to go, and I put it on inside, right? But I didn't realise that the Sunday game was actually on Series Link. So I just put on, and you don't really record things.
Well, you see,
we used to Series Link so much before.
Yeah, but I've 3 matches recorded inside, full matches, right? So they're not actually on Series Link because those matches change. But I have the 2 All-Ireland semi-finals, last week's All-Ireland, and then we recorded this week's football. And then you put on, because you didn't know.
Yeah, and you see, you wouldn't be used
the
to
All-Ireland semi-final.
Like before, maybe 10 years ago,
there now. I hope that doesn't come up on
everything, well, if you say it, like everyone will at least know your hand. Up until this point, your just hand went down here, whereas now they'll see that. But up until like 10 years ago, like you series linked everything, and that was your on demand. Like, whereas we don't really series link anything anymore.
No.
But so I thought I got it ready and was ready to play, and you were watching it for a good solid.
But you see, the thing is, it was the football All-Ireland semi-final that you put on, right? And we were watching it away, and the pundits were arguing, and that bollocks from Kerry, that fucking Tomas O'Shea, the puss up on him, and he was giving out that Kerry left it behind them in the semi-final. And I was like, we're going to go and fuck yourself. And me and Danny were like telling him to fuck off, But they kept referencing yesterday, and I said to Danny, what are they talking about yesterday for? What? This must have been pre-recorded, The next thing anyway, the teams run out onto the pitch, and I was like, what the fuck? It was the wrong match. About fucking 25 minutes wasted.
Hilarious.
At the wrong match. So then we went back in and
then he came in with his knickers and a Tesco. It's the wrong match.
Well, if you were more particular, it wouldn't have happened. You fucking tricked me into pretending you were particular. You tricked me into pretending you were particular. That is a sentence. You tricked me into pretending you were particular. Particular.
That's what I have to put up with now.
She tricked me into
But so that was you watching your recorded.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
And it was good. The game was good. I was delighted for Armagh. I was going for Armagh. I backed Armagh back in May when they lost to Donegal in the Ulster final. And what was most pleasing about it was I put it into my GA WhatsApp group. I have about there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5, 6 of us in this WhatsApp group, and it's a GA WhatsApp group, and we pretty much talk about GA, and every now and then we might
talk about life.
There might be a bit of I love you.
I think it's so funny that you call it a GA WhatsApp group when it's actually your friends, your long-standing friends group.
The Ballyclaw Ultras is what it's called. But there's no room for feelings in it, like only slagging and GA. But anyway, I called Armagh at the end of that, and my fucking one of the lads in it, anyway, told me I was a fool and fucking screenshotted it and whatever. And then I got enormous satisfaction out of them winning all the way along then in the group stages and the quarter final and the semi-final and getting to the final yesterday and winning. So yes, it was a very I felt like, and it kind of momentarily quenched the pain of the week previous with the All-Ireland final lost to Clare. But anyway, now that I'm thinking about that again, I'm sad again. So,
and you can't even go for a pint.
And I can't even go for a pint. And my wife is in particular. What a fucking load of junk we're talking about this morning. I'm loving it. We're going to do a bit of the news trending topics with Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. AIB urges vigilance after rise in taxi scam fraud.
Oh.
Okay, so AIB has warned of the rise of a number of scams in which customers are visited by a taxi driver or a courier supposedly sent by a bank to collect their card. The bank is said to be also aware of instances in recent days in which scammers give instructions to leave cards under the front door mats for collection. It has urged customers to remain vigilant amid the rise of this so-called taxi scam fraud. Who the fuck is leaving their cards under mats? How long have you to be alive now to understand that you don't fucking click the links, you don't fucking give them any of your date of birth or any of your information? If you want to give your bank information, you'll go into the bank and you'll say it to the computer that's inside the bank. You won't say it because there's no tellers in banks anymore. The old excuse, right, 20 years ago was,
sure, people aren't on the internet. There's old women and men and they're in the middle of fucking dueling in County Clare and sure all they have is their pension. That's all they have and they've nothing. Sure, God love us, they can barely read. They've no eyes.
Lose it, like.
They've no eyes. They're not able to see. Sure, no,
fuck off. Those people are dead now. They were 80, 20 years ago.
But the people that are 70 now...
no.
But technology moves on.
They were I know, but they were 50, 20 years ago. And this was on, like, come on now. But
technology is constantly moving. So the 70-year-old, like, is still always going to... It's hard to keep up with technology. Like.
It is very... And I would agree with that. Because I don't even know how to copy and paste.
Yeah. So how have you...
But I still don't click links. And when someone rings me from fucking Revolut saying, hello, this is Revolut, I fucking hang up straight away.
True.
So, I'm a fucking dope when it comes to that kind of stuff.
True, very true.
I've learned...
That's really true.
That's a good... But you know what I mean? Like, it is a bit like, I know, like the fraudsters, there's always going to be fraudsters.
They're very intelligent, like they're...
Are you saying the people that are getting... Well, there's intelligent people getting caught as well. This is the fucking thing.
But I mean, they work... Those fraudsters, in fairness to now, they work very hard.
They're very hard workers.
They work very hard.
And in fairness, they have to come up with different techniques to take the money off you every single year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And no one gives them credit. No, they don't pay any tax. Yeah. They're not paying any VAT.
Joe, I don't know why this reminded me of, but I was reading a book there recently, and it was around the time of... And it was a Garda Síochána book, but it was about do you remember when the robbers were taking the bank links, stealing them directly out of the walls? Oh. I don't know why that just came into my head.
They'd come in with the low loader and the digger and they'd break down the thing. That to me now is the way to do it. You're getting the cash into your hand straight away.
Yeah.
4:00, you're above an Abbey Leaks, you've all the roads blocked off, you're in there with a digger, you break open the fucking AIB, you take out 25 grand in cash, you throw it into the back of the Honda
Civic. They kept going over the borders. They either did it at one side of the border and then went across and jurisdictions.
And there's no old lady in Auckland being scammed out of her fucking pension. Yeah, they're just taking it off the man. I'm all for the bank. I'm all for the banks being ripped off. All right, but not the old ladies.
So we're saying, forget the fraud. Go back to the diggers.
Go back to the fucking honest to God, decent fucking robbing of the banks, lads. Do you know what I mean? Don't be taking money off the poor old ladies and men and women of this country who don't even know.
I do think, all right, now, to be fair, putting your bank link out under
the mat, come on. That's fucking. Even I know that now. If I said to you, babe, I got a text there. There's a fella coming. There's a courier coming in there, and he told me to put my IBAN, my mother's
and a piece of paper,
and my mother's maiden name, and my first dog's name, pet's name, and my bank card, and a copy of my driver's license underneath the mat. So I did. Do you fucking? I don't know. Those fucking people are stupid. Like, I'm not saying. Oh, God. You're getting on that note after this.
Okay.
Because that's going on too long.
I must run in and get ginger actually for your juices too. Organic ginger. It's difficult enough to get.
We'll move on from the scammers. We'll go into the Olympics. The Olympics have started. That's the sports section of the news. Trending topics.
This is a different way you're getting the trending topics now. I kind of like it.
I'm just looking at the news, the Nuacht, and it's kind of sparking conversation. So the Olympics started last week. What night was the opening ceremony? We were in the Clayton Hotel on what night was that?
Friday night.
Friday night. You and the two boys were up in bed, and I went down and I smoked a lovely Jehovah Witness out the front of the Clayton Hotel, and I went in and I had 3 pints, but I was watching the Olympics opening ceremony and just doing a lot of people watching as well. I said to you the next day, I actually really enjoy being by myself when I'm out and about. I fucking do. I really enjoy just my own company, and my own company and my phone. Like,
do you know
what I mean?
Just that caveat and the phone.
And the phone. They say the phone is bad, but I think it's my best friend. It's up there with one of my best friends, me and my phony. But anyway, the Olympics have started, and it is hilarious how overnight you go from a person who knows fuck all about badminton or synchronized swimming.
It's not even overnight. It's over a period of 20 minutes.
Oh, your period of 20 minutes, yeah. We watched the badminton here the other night, and fuck it out. We were balls deep in it. There's a guy representing Ireland from Cavan, and his parents are Vietnamese. And they've come over and settled here, and when he was 6, he came over with them. He's an Irish citizen now, and he's representing Ireland. Nat is his name. Nhat. Nagin, I think. I'm not sure how to pronounce his surname anyway. Irish, fucking as far as I'm concerned. He should be. He's Paddy Riley. He was a brilliant badminton player. Brilliant. And we were watching it, and we left Harvey stay up late to watch it, and he was fighting. He was playing against an Israeli, so it just made it all the more salty and yet sweet with the success. But we were watching. I played a bit of badminton in school, so I kind of know the rules. But like, you were asking me at the start, what's the story with this here? No, and then for a finish, you were like, out.
That's definitely out.
That's definitely out.
Yeah. Or I saw a TikTok, and it was somebody that was recording their mother who didn't like to go swimming in the pool or get her hair wet in the pool, who was watching the synchronized diving as a professional. Go, oh, she's leaned a little forward. That's not going to be good enough. Like, watching it like as if a professional. She was a professional judge.
Critiquing it like.
Yeah. Yet she never even swims herself and doesn't actually like to swim.
Sure, that American gymnast, the famous gymnast, the black girl that had them. There's a documentary about her on Netflix now at the moment.
I must watch that actually. We haven't watched that. I can't
think of her name now, but she
it's
had
not
mental.
Selma, is it?
We have to get that cough bottle going. She had mental health issues in the last Olympics, and she came back triumphantly to this Olympics.
Yes.
And we were watching her doing the medley yesterday, which was the ground and the horse and the jumping thing from one thing to the other thing. the jump yoke. And we were like, fucking hell, oh Jesus. She
overstepped there.
At one stage, right, she did this thing, right, where she jumped, bounced off one yoke, then used her hands to propel herself about 7 or 8 feet into the air, did two and a half twirls, and landed. And when she landed, she took a small little side step backwards, and the both of us were like, she didn't land properly there.
Yeah, and it took like 0.05. It took like no points off. Like,
no points.
They obviously, it's not considered like a big penalty. Yeah. Like, but we were like, whoa, like having an absolute clue. But it is kind of cool. That's the one thing about the Olympics. It does draw It draws you in. It draws anyone in a room. With like Harvey'd watch it, Hunter'd watch a bit of the Olympics.
When you went to bed last night, I watched a bit of the fencing. The fencing was over. So elegant. Oh my God! So I had actually, and it's over now. It's all over. And Harvey wanted to watch the fucking fencing, but I'll find it on YouTube. It on YouTube.
Yeah.
And but yeah, like these are just, but then the person who won the fencing, right? He was from I'm gonna say Japan. I think he was from Japan, right? But they have these masks on now, right? They always had these masks on, but they're almost like robotic now. Like it's like fucking.
Oh yeah.
You know, and he fucked the mask off, and he just was like, he lost himself. He was like, yeah, like that, and I was like, his whole existence, his whole being, is sword fighting.
Yeah.
Or fencing, I think they call it. And like he's now the greatest fencer on planet Earth.
He's achieved what he set out to do probably since he was 5 or 6 or 7 or something, when somebody saw something in him.
Yeah. It's like that Nat fella from Cavan, our badminton player. The story behind that is brilliant. They moved over, and to assimilate into society, they went down and he started playing a bit of badminton, and they set up a local club then. They set up a local club. There was badminton going on in the hall, but there was no club. And then they set up a local club.
Teacher or something, wasn't it? Helped him, and they set it up in secondary school.
Imagine that, like, just set up, this fella's handy, we'd fucking set up a club here. I know he's like, no, he hasn't won any medal. Nat would want to fucking get the finger out.
But he did very well in the European Championships as well, didn't he?
We'd be
there we go now, knowing all about the sport.
He did very well in the Euros. But we'll be watching it. I think there's a couple of Irish, I love the Olympics, and I can't wait. My favourite part of the Olympics, my 2 favourite parts of the Olympics are boxing. I love the boxing. I love it, and we always do well in the boxing. And our heavyweight, we had boxing yesterday. One of our heavyweights won. But
won a medal?
No, won. He's
round.
He's into the quarterfinal now. I think once you get into the semis, you're guaranteed. I think. Oh yeah, if you get to semi-final boxing, you're guaranteed a bronze medal. Because whoever comes third, I don't think they have a third and fourth place to play out. Whoever comes third shares a bronze, and then second gets silver, and first gets.
Oh yeah, because if you're in the semi-final, you've two bronze medals.
2 bronze medals, but I don't know. I was going to say something really insightful and interesting there now, but it's gone.
Mustn't have been that interesting.
I'd say it was very good, but it's gone now, and it'll never ever be heard again. So that concludes that section. We're going to go on now into the entertainment section. See what's entertaining. No, we won't go into the entertainment section. Although we will. This fella here, Gladiators referee John Anderson dies, age 92.
Did you watch the Gladiators?
They're now calling out referees, like they're giving referees their dues now. He's 92, and he was the referee for the Gladiators. It's
kind of a weird one. They're short on entertainment news, I'd say, were they?
Very short. So Gladiators referee John Anderson has died, age 92. The TV show said. Is that TV show even still running?
No.
Well, it came out with a statement here now. The Scottish sports coach was best known for his role as the umpire in the original ITV show between 92 and 2000 and the revamped short-lived Sky series. He also trained more than 100 Olympians, and was inducted into the Coaching Hall of Fame in 2002. Yeah. Still though, he's been known here for the Gladiators, like iconic voice hailed as Gladiators referee John Anderson dies, age 92. Do you remember the Gladiators?
I wasn't a big fan, even though I kind of should have been.
I thought it'd be something you'd be into now.
Yeah, it must have clashed with something else. I did.
Baywatch.
No, it was more of a Saturday morning thing, wasn't it?
Gladiators was Saturday night.
Yeah.
Sky.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't really have it. We didn't have Sky.
We did, but I don't know why I didn't. Because you're right, it should have been up my street. I did watch a bit of it, but not really. Didn't really. I watched it, but I wasn't a big fan. I didn't get into it.
Okay.
But, did you watch it?
I remember some of the old dolls were sexy out. I remember kind of going, "Oh, this is great, yeah. She's beautiful." Do you know, like
yeah.
Like you were.
Was there any show that you wanted to be on? Was there any like one of those adventure shows?
Was there any show ever? I would have loved to have been in Big Brother, I think.
Oh yeah.
One of the first
originals.
One of the first one, either season 1, 2 or 3. And possibly 2 would have been the best one to go into, because like, do you remember the first Big Brother?
Yeah.
Nasty Nick
Oh,
myself and my mum, when I was living in London at the time, and my mum came over to visit me, and even though I was living in London, the whole fucking British Isles and Ireland were obsessed with Big Brother.
Yes, yeah.
And,
every evening I used to close the shop
Yeah.
and run up and watch it.
And my mum came over to visit me one time, and I took her out for lunch in London, and Nasty Nick, we saw him walk past us.
No
and
way.
My mother was like, she wasn't in the better of herself for the rest of the holiday. You know, she'd seen Nasty Nick.
That was cemented everything. Yeah.
But yeah, I would have liked to been in that. Although then in saying that, I don't know how I would have come across, because I definitely was a more immature person back then, like, as well, like, you know. But Brian Dowling did well. He's got a good career out of it, has he? He's on one of those Ireland AM things.
Oh yeah,
If you like presenting stuff,
I'd
stuff,
say
I suppose, yeah. I'd hate presenting though. I think you're very much, you've no room for personality in it. Like, you know, you're
Yeah. But
like a talk show now. I wouldn't mind a talk show where you're kind of going
into more bits.
Yeah, and
into
you can
more
kind of
detail.
give anywhere where you can give your opinion, I think is okay. But like after that, then fuck it. Why? What show would you like to be on?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Love Island. This week on Love Island, Noel.
Let me think. No, I was thinking more younger than, like, that was later years. Like, what was the jungle? What was the one that?
I'm a Celebrity. Get me out of here.
No. I'm not thinking that side. I'm back in the den time and.
Oh, where you're put
Younger.
onto the island and you have to survive for yourself.
No, that's Survivor. What's the name
I'd
of
be
that
shit
again?
at that as
Survivor.
well.
Yeah, you'd be shit at. I beat you.
You'd beat me at that, chat.
Even though I always wondered if I was on that.
I don't know, would you? I'm very competitive actually now on Survivor. There were tasks. I think.
Can we discuss the elevator? Then we'd see.
No, we can't, because we nearly had a fight about the elevator. We can discuss the elevator on the Patreon podcast, okay? And you're fucking wrong about the elevator as well. And that's all we'll say.
How are we gonna like, what's the word for, like, decide on it? Because you think you're right and I think I'm right.
Well, we can decide. This is the perfect way we can decide it. We can just agree that I'm right.
No.
Yeah. We won't talk
Let's
about it
move
all.
on,
It's a divisive conversation here now about a fucking elevator in the Clayton Hotel the other day, when we were all a bit high-dough, strung up. And this is before the drinking had taken place, or after it.
Technically after and before and
in
after.
between. And
dry period.
Let me also stress, like I'm coming out here now saying I'm drinking. This beer here has been drinking non-stop as well over the weekend. So don't be kind of giving the impression that you're like
I
I
drank way less than I would normally drink.
Yeah,
even at the wedding.
but you still
3 or 4
probably drank
drinks.
more than me though.
No, I didn't.
Okay, we'll finish up now with we'll finish up with this is a very serious podcast, with the business. Mortgage drawdowns rise 2.2%. Approval continues to fall. The number of mortgage drawdowns by first-time buyers reached the highest level since 2007.
So that's the amount of mortgages, or the money amount?
No, drawdown means you've got your mortgage and you're drawing it down now. You're taking the money and now that's your mortgage.
Yeah.
Like when we drew down our mortgage here, it was like, right, okay, that's it. We have our mortgage now. We have the money. And then that money went to the solicitor, and the solicitor gave it to the auctioneer, and the auctioneer gave it to the person who owns this.
Yeah, but is it the number or the amount? The number of mortgages. So the amount,
So mortgage
number of
drawdowns rise 2.2%. Approvals continue to fall. The number of, let me read it, I suppose, and we'll find out. The number of mortgage drawdowns by first-time buyers reached the highest level since 2007 between April and June, new data shows. The latest figures from Banking and Payments Federation Ireland show the overall moderation in mortgage activity. A total of 10,110 new mortgages to the value of over 2.85 billion were drawn down by borrowers during the second quarter of this year. We're on the edge of a huge collapse.
Yeah.
This is exactly what happened back in 2000 and I want to say 7, late 7, early 8, before the last crash. We were at the absolute peak. When we bought this house, we stretched so hard to get it. We stretched so hard. And I remember thinking, fucking hell, are we buying this? Are we are we like?
Yeah, are we overstretching?
Are we really overstretching? But like, since then, and how long are we here now? 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Lawless know by Hunter's age.
Yeah. Since then, year by year, houses have continued and continued
Rise.
and continued and continued to rise, and people are continuing to borrow and borrow and borrow. And I tell you, it's worrying enough. I think there's going to be another massive crash. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm so wrong. But it can't continue the way it's going. Like, it cannot continue the way it's going. People are going to be borrowing and they're going to overstretch, and then something's going to happen, and then the economy is going to contract, and then the next thing, we're fucking, thanks be to God, we have the 6-man tent. That's all I'll say, you know. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on that.
Oh, Jesus, okay. All right. I don't really have anything to come back on the old.
But what, do you not think so? What's
That's not my forte. I'm not here for the
your forte?
My forte.
What's
I am
your
forte.
That's not
we watched This Is 40 last night again.
Oh yeah, we watched This Is 40 last night.
Oh, a great movie. I haven't seen it since it was out, so it's probably out about 10 years. Is
it a great movie?
Is it a great movie? Oh, we had a chuckle. We had a decent chuckle.
There was one or two times I was laughing.
It was good.
Yeah. But
as a 40-year-old, there was now chuckles to it. It was funny.
Spoiler alert, it's over 10 years old, so there's no spoiler anyway. Basically, the lady in the movie, who is played by, I don't know the actress, but she's a very talented actress, funny actress. And what's the name of the fella? We done the name of the
yeah. We hadn't, okay. People know him and her, that's fine.
He's in Friends.
Phoebe's husband.
Phoebe's husband. But basically, it's a spin-off from the original movie where her sister gets pregnant.
Yeah.
And this is the worst movie review of all time. What's the name of that movie? Fuck's sake, we'll have to Google this now.
We know them too. She was in...
Well, Seth Rogen.
Yeah, and your one from Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, again, this is
childbirth, no pregnant, no...
This is 40. Look, really fucking...
What?
This is 40.
Is 40s just have to come up.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Riveting content.
Talk away there now till I find this.
I remember watching it. I've been wanting to watch this movie with about 6 months, but I couldn't see it, and it was on Netflix. It just came up, but I thought we had looked at Netflix anyway. But I wanted to see it to see how relatable it was now from being in your 40s and having the kids, like, do you know,
and it's pretty relatable.
There is lots of little bits that,
like, basically they all hate their lives.
And that part isn't relatable.
She hates that she's turning 40. She is very naggy. She's very naggy. Like, she's like really annoying, and he can't do anything right.
But then he is lying about giving the friend
Paul Rudd
giving the father money and the business going under. So
I know, but what's he lying? Okay, so he's lying about helping out his dad. Like, she's giving him shit for giving money to his dad to help him out. He's doing something nice there. Like, he's helping his dad, who has had triplets. His dad is in his 60s and has just had triplets, and he can't afford to keep the kids, and Paul Rudd is fucking blah blah blah, helping him financially. And then what else is she giving him shit about? Because he's on the toilet all the time trying to escape from her. Playing fucking
chess.
Playing fucking video games. I can kind of relate to that small, but Melissa McCarthy makes a fucking great cameo in it.
But this was just about I was thinking about this when we were watching it. Like, she was kind of only coming out at that time, like as a big actress, wasn't she?
Who, Melissa McCarthy?
Yeah, around that time.
I'd say so. Yeah,
it was all a couple of parts. Like, do you know? I saw.
Jesus, do you know what I know? Like, she was a heavy set girl back then, but I didn't realize how heavy she was. She's like, because have you seen her lately?
Yeah, she's
tiny now,
or whatever that thing is.
Ozempic. She on Ozempic?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that explains it.
She'd want to update her photos. Oh yeah, there she is now.
Oh, is that who she's married to?
Yeah, your man that's in Bridesmaids with her.
Oh.
The daughter's the head off of him.
Ozempic, I can't wait to get on it.
Do you know that? What's that Bridesmaids movie that you won?
Bridesmaid.
And you won. No, yeah, but Do you know your
21
one?
Dresses?
No, shh. Your one that plays is from Rebel Wilson. Oh yeah, Rebel Wilson. Do you know that she was stone broke between her getting her part in Bridesmaids and it airing or coming out
For 2 years in between.
Yeah.
It, yeah.
So that was one of her most brokest parts as an actress, was from that to that being released, I think. And then she blew up. Yeah.
But she's a different actress now.
I know, yeah, but they're all linked. They all went from
They're all
her
linked.
to
Basically, lads, if you're looking for a movie, or if you're looking for a movie reviewers, don't ask us, all right? Because we are shit at movie reviews.
We don't know
the
actress.
actress. We don't know the name of the movie.
We need to get Harvey in it.
And Harvey will
tell us the movies.
But this is 40 anyway. Basically, she's turning 40. She can't deal with the fact that she's turning 40. It's the age-old problem of getting old and not being able to deal with it. I've definitely felt that. I've gone through that myself, and I'm going through it myself. They've got two.
I feel like you're really going through it now because you've got your eye test.
I've got
tomorrow.
My eye test, lads. I'm gone blind.
He's getting reading glasses.
Well, we don't know now. They might just say, "Look, there's something in your eye." They might say you actually have perfect eyesight. There's something in your eye. Look, there you go. And I'd be like, oh yeah. So we don't know yet. As it stands, there's probably something in my eye. But yeah. So
how will you feel in the comedy, going up to the comedy club now with the young folk and you pulling out your reading glasses?
I feel ancient when I go in there anyway. I feel ancient in Coco Club now, except when I'm with Harry. Because they're all a minimum a decade under than me. Like Dan is 20 years nearly younger than me. Like so. I feel old in that environment anyway, but they're not my audience. Like, you know, they're like those comedians, those young comedians. They're like, do you know what I mean? They're 20 years younger than me. Like, you know, they're not my audience. Like, but yeah, I don't know. But the glasses will fucking make it. I'll have to shave off the beard. What did my mother say to me? It's a great way mothers just cut you down without even knowing. Like, I was at the wedding the other day now, right? And she went in. She was sitting up at the bar. And she said to me, "Are you getting dressed at all?" I'm deadly serious. It was a casual. It was a kind of a hippie wedding now, like, you know.
Well, they had said in the invite, "Wear what you want."
Wear what you want.
And
so
Connie took it literally.
And so did a lot of people take it literally. It was a very alternative wedding. There was loads of people wearing cool, eclectic clothes. One guy was there in a hoodie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I still had a lovely shirt on me. A lovely shirt on me.
Boy.
And I was looking good. I know I was. And my mum said, "Are you going to get dressed at all?" And then another thing that she said to me recently was, "Shave off that beard there now. Jesus Christ, it's really aging. Shave it off." But it all came from love, like, but it's like a little dagger, like, do you know? Do you know when your mother kind of insults you but she thinks she's complimenting, she thinks, or your father, they think they're giving you a compliment. They're doing it for your own good.
Yes, yeah. But
it's none of their fucking business.
But I think that actually, more than knocks you down, I think it gives you confidence or something. I don't know why, because I think when they give you a compliment, then it's no more than my own mother. If they give you a compliment, it's a real compliment. It's
I suppose, to be fair,
they never meander. Like, my mother never meandered and said, "Oh, that's a lovely dress," if she didn't think it was lovely.
No, you're right.
She'd say, is that the only dress you have to wear? Have you any other dress to wear? That one isn't great. That's a show. She might have just as well as said that. And then...
Now, this podcast is nearly 40 minutes. And you've been coughing every 2 minutes. We have to do something for your throat straight after this podcast.
We will.
Because it's, I didn't realise how bad it was. If you're talking, I'd say, are you dry at the back of your throat?
I don't know. But anyway, maybe next time I cough, you mightn't bring attention to it.
Have I brought attention to it a lot?
Every time.
Have I? Okay. Guys, this has been a below par podcast. It's a Monday morning. I'm off the drink, you see. You know what I mean? I'm no crack because I'm off the drink. I'm off the drink now nearly 2 days.
You see what it is? Nearly 2 days. Not even 48 hours, but you know.
Nearly. Jesus Christ, that cough. We'll have to get something for it.
Fuck off. You haven't got the buzz yet of actually feeling good. You're just into the new, back into the zone. But you haven't actually. So Connie told me he's not intermittent fasting this time round.
I'm doing OMAD.
which means he's only eating for 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
So he's not intermittent fasting. She's like, oh, right, okay, so that's not as...
I've started OMAD. So I'm going to have my first meal today at... so I'm meeting my son at 3:30. We're going to go for a sauna. And then I'm coming home. I should be home here for around 5 o'clock. And I'm going to have my eating window is going to be between 5 and 7. That's what I'm going to do now for the next... Going to try to do that now for the next month anyway. 5 to 7, that's when I eat. And it's good for you.
Might be a good idea, yeah. If you just said a month and then like... back.
I'm going to do it for August. I'd like to be in shape now for the... Because...
for what, babe?
For the Cork Opera House.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
On the 4th of September.
Oh, how lucky how that segue just came in.
Well, I will say this, right? At the moment, you're off the bill with that cough. All right? Okay? We can't have people sitting in the front row and you coughing, you know? But yeah, so I want to kind of... If I could lose a bit of weight for that now, I'd be happy. But I also want to get back to the running. It's been a busy... couple of weeks and I've left it go a small bit, so I want to try and get back into it. So that's the aim this week now, is get back training regularly and regularly do saunas and OMAD, 1 meal a day, eating window between 5 and 7 p.m. More time for your body to digest, making sure that your body is more, efficient and it's not spending so much energy on digestion all the time. But I'm sure I will fucking bore ye with this relentlessly over the next few weeks. Not today though. Do you want to say anything else before we go away? If you want to listen, if you're enjoying the podcast and you think, oh, I'd love more of this, if only they did another podcast. We do every week. We have a Patreon. Not every week, most weeks we have a Patreon. The weeks that we don't, we take the bank holidays off, and we take the church holidays off. Every second Monday's off.
No. I know.
We have a regular patron. An episode comes out every week, and there's over.
This week we'll be talking about how
wedding.
we went from camping to a hostel to a hotel. Two farty pantses.
With 2 small human beings who were absolutely nuts. We'll be talking about drink, drugs, sex, and way, like, and we'll be going deep into those topics as well. So if you like this podcast and you'd like to help us out, you can sign up to the Patreon. If you don't like this podcast and you'd like to not help us out, you can sign up to the Patreon. Alternatively, shout us out on social media, tag Noel, tag myself. And if you want to be really cool, you could leave us a review on iTunes, a 5-star review.
Nothing else.
It really helps. It really helps. We've got a good bunch of them. We've got a lot of even if you've listened to it before and you want to help us out again, come back in. You can leave multiple reviews.
Can you?
You can, which is really cool. Listen to today's episode. Oh my God, it was the most boring episode ever. Yet I was glued to it for the 47 minutes because of Con's dulcet tones and Noel's beautiful comebacks. And coughings. And they drank coffee. That's it, guys. Staying by the wall, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Sign up to the Patreon. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Bye. Staying by the wall.